Yeah, hello guys. Good morning and welcome back to the Football Fan Zone with your boy Temba Banks. And guys, this morning, like you all know, we're going to be talking about transfers. We're talking about about transfers, speculation, rumors, done deals. We are going to be getting into that. And by the way, guys, if this is your first time of coming across the Football Fan Zone, please take a minute and actually subscribe to the channel. Please, it does help the channel very to grow massively, and also like the content. It helps when it comes to the algorithm. So please, I'm begging, smash the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Now, moving on, we're going to be talking about transfers, the latest development in the world of football. I don't even know where to start because there's a lot to touch on. There's a lot to touch on, but I guess we're going to start from. I think I want to kick off the show with Anthony, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just sorry, quick. Let me just check something here. Okay, okay, yeah. I think we'll be kicking up the show with Dominic Solanke. We'll kick off the show with Dominic Solanke because we have seen so many clubs being linked to this player, and for me, I think he's a good player. Honestly, if I'm going to be honest to each other, I believe Dominic Solanke is a proper bowler. He's a good player, no doubt. So, like I said, yeah, season Tottenham have had talks with about signing Dominic Solanke and are keen to make progress in a move for the 26-year-old, whose release clause is thought to be worth around 65 million pounds. Now, the question is this: do I think Dominic is worth that amount of money? You know, based on the fact that we have seen the way strikers have been going, I would say it does. He's 26 years old. He's still young. Still very much young. So I believe if the right club comes in for the right amount of money, they should do the deal. But on a good day, I know I think 50, 55 million pounds should be enough to make this deal happen. But the reason why I think it's going to be kind of difficult is the fact that the likes of what's it called? Um, the likes of Liverpool. Liverpool will get around I think 20 million because Liverpool they put a sell-on clause on Dominic when they sold him to Bournemouth. So they are going to receive around 20 million. So does Bournemouth do a deal for 55 million, whereby they get 35 million and Liverpool get 20 million? Because I would think they might want more. But if I will ask, is he a good player? For me, I think he's a good player. And I think it will start for the top six. It might not start for Haaland because it might not start for Man City because Haaland is here, obviously. But it will start with Chelsea as it is right now. Right now, it will start with Chelsea. It will start for Arsenal. It will start for Newcastle, Tottenham, Liverpool. It will start for all those teams. And that's the honest truth. There's no argument in it. His numbers are crazy, so I don't see a reason why it would not start for them. But what is Evan saying? Evan is saying here, he says, why would he be a downgrade? He has better chance of winning something with Bournemouth rather than Spurs. So going to Spurs is a downgrade. I don't think so. I don't think so. I understand what you're saying. I don't think so. And then Maribina says is better than all the strikers we have at Arsenal currently. Fact. That's why I believe that it will start for. That's why I said it will start for most teams in the Premiership. I believe it will start for most teams in the Premiership. So that's why I honestly believe. David Moyes says, yeah, Richarlison, one of the biggest flop in EPL history. Honestly, man, it's a big flop. But I don't even know what happened, man. I don't even know what happened to Richarlison. And Hurricanes replacement is Dominic Solanke, Man U and Manchester United nightmare. But the deal has not been done as yet. Let's wait for the deal to be done first before we start, concluding deals. Then Patrick says, from flop at Liverpool to Bournemouth top striker to replacing Kane at Spurs. Who would have thought? One thing that is what football does to you. You know, that is what football does to you. The player you expect sometimes it might not work under this manager. It might not work at this team. Does not mean it might not work other somewhere else. We've seen the lack of Kevin De Bruyne at Chelsea. He would have written out his career. It didn't work out. But what happened? He went back to Wolfsburg. Was it Wolfsburg or from Wonder Bremen to Wolfsburg? From Wolfsburg, he found his feet, came to Man City, and from there he has been exceptional. Same with Musala. Musala at some point was at Chelsea. There's from Basel. Chelsea signed him from Basel. Then they sold him. Was it to Roma? Yeah, they sold him to Roma, and he picked his form at Roma. Liverpool went and get him, and ever since Liverpool got him, what has happened? He has been one of the best wingers in the world of football. So it is not new for wherever you get a striker or a player does not get to shine at a club or under a system or under a manager, but end up becoming one of the best footballer in the nearest future. So it is not new. So with Dominic Solanke, I saw him at Chelsea. He was terrible at Chelsea. He was also terrible at what's it called? Liverpool. But at Bournemouth, guys, man, he was banging the goals. And I think before he came to Bournemouth, he was at the championship. But I'm not sure if it was at the championship with Bournemouth or another team. But I knew he banked goal in championship as well. So he has peaked his form. He is at his peak. So I believe if you put him in any team right now, Arsenal, be it Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham, Aston Villa, Newcastle, it's gonna be deadly. Even Man U, it will be deadly. You know, it will be deadly. So that's a good one as well for him, though. Um, that's a good one for him. I guess we just have to just wait to see how that deals pans out. If that deal will get go through, I guess we have to see. But moving on, guys, I want to touch on Anthony. Manchester United expected to make a loss on the 85 million fee paid for Anthony 2 summers ago. How much would you take? How much would you accept for him if Al Nassr do make an offer? Well, if you haven't seen it as yet, this is it. You know, it's coming from the Stratford paddock. So it has been said they will be willing to make a loss. They'll be willing to make a loss on the signings. So do I think it's going to happen? Do I think it will happen? I guess we just have to just wait and see. But in realistically, how much would you take for Anthony? How much would you take for Anthony? Every Manchester United fan out there, how much would you take for Anthony right now as it is right now? How much would you take for Anthony? And David Moyes says the lowest I do take is about 30 million, but I do hope for maybe 40 to 50 million. Do I think Anthony will leave the club? I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. Sometimes all this article that comes out are just meant PR crap. Honestly, I don't think Anthony will leave. And this is why I say I don't think he will leave because if you sell him for 30 million or 40 million, that does not help you on your FFP. It doesn't. Considering the fact that he was only signed for 2 years 2 years ago. Considering the fact he was only signed for 2 years ago. And Maribina says a box of salt and vinegar. For contents, if we get 30 million, we do be making a 21 million hit after amortizing the first 2 years of his contract. We need 51 million to break even. We must avoid the snock cost fallacy. So this is why I think as well. I believe it will not help when it comes to the It will not help. Then Evans says better to get some cash and reinvest than sit on a bad investment and let it stink the place out. But for me, if I'm going to be honest, man, I don't think they will get that much, honestly. Then Mpaza says anything over 48 million will actually be a profit. So nothing under 50 million, I do say at this stage. But for me, I don't think he's going to leave, honestly. I don't think he's going to leave. Then Kepa says, does it really matter? If we get him off the books, happily take losses on players that are no longer wanted or required. Then Banks says anything they want to pay for him. You know. Then Ndando says that we technically need at least 51 million pounds to break even on the deals. His fee being spread over 5 years, but no one will pay that. Would accept anything not of 30 million. Not anything of 30 million. But that is what it is. You guys sometimes you just want to just blame yourself. You know, you want to blame yourself sometimes for spending stupid money and paying players stupid wages. That's what you get from doing that. When you pay stupid amount of money to players and you give them too many, this is how it affects you. This is how it affects you. But for me, if I were going to be honest with you guys, I don't think Anthony will leave. I do not from one. I've never thought I don't think he will leave. But moving on, we have seen that reported from Fabrizio Romano, and it says Samu Omorodion to Chelsea. Final fee paid by Chelsea will be 34.5 million pounds. Small details of players' terms negotiated right now, but parties sure that we get the deal done. So basically, you can call this guy called Samuel Morodion a Chelsea player. How good he is, I can't tell because I don't know anything about it. And I've maintained that stand from the very onset that I can't tell you how good he is because I know nothing about him. So coming out here to want to give my verdict on a player I don't know anything about will be insane. It will be crazy. I know nothing about him. So I can't say a thing about a player I don't know stuff about. And that is the honest truth. But from the report of Fabrizio Romano, it says here, last piece of the domino will be Samuel Romano to Chelsea. Final fee paid by Chelsea will be 34.5 million pounds. Small details of players' terms negotiated right now, but the parties sure that we get uh, done. That is, the both parties, Atletico Madrid and Chelsea, are sure that this deal will be done. Then if Ford says this, continue to say Gallagher to Atletico Madrid, Julian Alvarez also already done as reviewed. It's a done deal. We know that one is a done deal already. So the only deal left to be done is the one for this Samu Omorodion. Get in your comments in on the chat on the comment section, guys. Kepa says literally, okay, Chelsea is literally robbing Atletico Madrid because of Samuel Modern is worth more than that. What a player, bro. Now the question is, are you taking a piece or you are being serious here? Are you taking a piece or you are being serious? Because for me, I can't tell you if it's worth the money because I don't know anything about him. Malabina says, I'm not a Chelsea fan, but I know Jackson is a better player than this guy. Fact. Because before what is his name? Um Before Jackson came to Premiership from Villarreal, I knew about him. I could see he's a good player, but I still believe he's a winger. Nicolas Jackson is not a striker; he's a winger. Because all the time I watch him play at Ameria and watch him play at Villarreal, he was playing as a winger and not as a striker. So Patrick says Manchester United signed a Serie A youngest player of the year for £42 million. Why Chelsea is signing Atletico Madrid Jet for the same price? Now, you want to get your facts right. You want to get your fact right. Man U did not spend 42 million on Alvarez. Sorry, on Rasmus Højlund. Man U spent 72 million. Go and check. Plus add-ons make it 72 million. So before you want to take a banter at other club, you also want to be sure of what you are saying. Manchester United spent 72 million euros on Rasmus Højlund, all the D included, not just the 42. There was add-ons that made it 72. Just like there was add-ons that made the deal for Alvarez 81. There was add-ons included in the deal. You know, and Mpasa says, what a player Chelsea are getting in this game. The next, the Drogba, to be honest. You're taking a piece, man, because I can't tell you I know anything about this guy. I can't. And that's the honest truth. Big ups to you. That is red. Big ups to you. I can't tell you I know anything about this guy. I can't tell you I know a thing about it. So I will always stick to something I know about. So I don't know anything about this Samuel Morodon. There's nothing you will say, yeah, I will go with because I don't know anything about Samuel Morodon. Then Kepa says it's transfer frenzy at Chelsea with the final dynamo set to fall. The Blues are about to welcome Samuel Morodon for. I've done that already. Then Evans says the same Bini Juju that this guy used to stand for Chelsea, he should use it to score 50 goals this season. That would be very, very interesting, man. That would be very, very interesting. But moving on, guys, I want to just touch on because we have seen the fact that 4 players have actually been said, and this is coming from Fabrizio Romano as well, and from the Telegraph, James Duckard. It says Sansberg, Richard Rios, and Matthew Zubimendi are all among the options considered in the midfield. Sofian Amrabat could also return after the club distanced themselves from Manuel Ugarte. Now, I want to know your opinion. As a United fan, which player would you actually go for? In the midfield position, which player would you actually go for? Because this guy Mpasa is saying Zubimendi without a doubt. Maybe keep Amrabat as a backup. Um, Patrick says we might have hired Scott from Leicester City because how can a big club be thinking this low? What do you mean they are thinking low? Those players are good enough, man. Zubimendi is a good player. Then Kepa says Amrabat and Fofana, cheap deal, easy to get. Then David Moyer says the moment is here again. Manchester United want to sign everybody. Then Moyer says they could. So for me, I don't think all these players mentioned they are not good. They are crap, man. I don't think so. I do not think so. Yes, I don't know much about Badge. But there are people that actually rate those guys. If I'm being honest, guys, I don't rate them. I don't know much about them, but there are people that actually rate those guys. They rate them, they've seen them play. For me, I've not seen anything about them, so I don't know. But for me, I don't think it's that bad, man. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think so. Then United is ready saying where you watch football live in TV or PC. I watched them on TV, but this time around, if I'm doing watch along, I think I'm going to be watching them on the PC. I'm going to watch them on PC. How are we going to get Zubimendi? That is a very very tough question, honestly. Then it says Richard Rios, Amrabat, and Bridge. Then they are good as backup. So who will be your number one signing? If you're going to sign somebody, who is going to be your number one signing? Though I don't think all these guys are bad, man. I don't think so. So I don't understand why people will making it seem as if those guys are just they are just bad players because they are not. But moving ahead, we have seen AC Milan. AC Milan and Tottenham. We have final rounds of talk to close Emerson Royal deal tomorrow, which is today. 15 million plus add-ons package. Emerson on the bench of becoming new AC Milan player. Now I don't know how this guy is able to get deals done, man. No, there's some players whereby you ask yourself, how is this player getting clubs? He has played at Barcelona, he's played at Tottenham. Now he's going to AC Milan. Those are top club. Man, his agent is doing a good job. His agent is doing a good job. Then this is what Moyes has to say. He says they could pass by United and pick McTominay, Antony, and Ericsson on a free. I think Manchester United should be should be in a Black Monday free where they put some players up for grabs on free. Then Evan says, "Wow, Emerson Royal to AC Milan is eating up. Can't wait to see him bring his flair to Syria. What do you all think? It will be a game changer for Milan." The fact that it does not work at what's it called? It did not work at AC Milan does not mean it won't work anywhere else. That's what you guys also want to you want to also understand. Then Malebina says, imagine if Manchester United said they were interested in Emerson. AC Milan will have their shit. So that's the thing. But you will not blame them because the fact that it does not work, it did not work out at Man U, does not mean it would not work anywhere else. Because sometimes all you need is how to use a player and use them well. And there are clubs out there that knows how to utilize a player. You know, there are clubs out there that knows how to utilize a player. But moving on, guys, we've seen that Richarlison have been the latest player being linked to Saudi Arabia. And this is coming from Talksport in the UK. It says that Justin Richarlison is reportedly open to a move to Saudi Arabia. Saudi deal makers have expressed their willingness to meet Spurs' 60 million asking price for Richarlison, with Al Hilal as a potential destination. Man, I guess this basically means that if Richarlison goes, this guy comes in. Solanke. That's what I see here. It just means if Allison goes, what's his name? If Richarlison goes, Solanke comes into Tottenham. And that would be very, very, very interesting to see, guys. And this is what Malabina says. Absolutely got it. I always thought Richarlison will come home for one last dance, like come home, Everton. Patrick says, I remember when we got Gabriel Jesus and Tottenham fans were like, Richarlison this, Richarlison that. Man has spent half of his 2 years sitting in the sick bay. But if we're going to be honest with him, man, he has been injured. He has been injured. Then Moyes says maybe he will finally be able to score a goal in the Farmers League. Well, we don't want to call it a Farmers League because to score a goal there is very, very difficult. Go ask people that plays there. It's very difficult. Why is Ali Richarlison they when they have Firmino? But the problem is that Firmino is not firing up, and people think Saturday is just easy. That's the problem. People think that league is just easy like that. It's where you can go and you are guaranteed to score goals to just shine there. It's not like what people think. Firmino is actually struggling at struggling. There was even a time whereby there were talks of him coming back to the Premiership for a loan deal. So sometimes it's not like as easy as people are thinking that league is. Because people will just think that okay, no, anybody that goes there, you become a good player. Like what the Mure is saying, maybe he will score in the Farmers League. I just hope time will tell though. Saudi deal makers have expressed their willingness to meet. Yeah, because they want to. Tottenham also wants to use the money to sign what's it called, Solanke. So I guess they are waiting for this money to come in. Then they move for what's it called? Then they move for Solanke. Fulham have moved their focus away. If you haven't seen it yet, I think I made that video. I made a video yesterday about it on my stream yesterday, last night. And Fulham have moved away their focus away from Scott McTominay to other targets after having two bid rejected. Their latest bid was worth 20 million, and there is still a gap in valuation. You know what? Like I said, how do you rate Manchester United transfer? I am not going to rate it based on incomings. I'm going to rate it on outgoings. And I don't want to hear that bullshit. The likes of Rafael Varane, we know was going to leave anyway. Marshall, we know he was going to leave anyway. Everybody that have left the club are players we knew were going to leave. But it is crazy that Manchester United and their fans also believes Scott McTominay is worth 30 million. It's mad. It's insane. And the excuse they give to you to tell you Fulham got what's his name? Emmy Smith Rowe for 35 million pounds. Emmy Smith Rowe is a better player than Scott McTominay. Yes, he might have been injured, not play game, but the few time he was available, you could see what he was all about. All you just expect from Emmy Smith Rowe is for him to have a free injury season. Then you will know he's a proper player. You will see that he's a good player. And for me, like it is crazy that Manchester United did not take that 23 million. Now look at what Evans is saying. Evans is saying here, they bought Smith Rowe for 35 million. It does not mean. Patrick says Scott McTominay survives every transfer window. To be honest, it's their loss. It worth much more considering how much other players sold for big fee like Conor Gallagher. That's the problem now. Now, this is where you know a deluded Man U fan. This is where you know a deluded Man U fan. So you telling me, except what you are doing here is just taking a piece at United fan. You are saying it's Fulham loss that they are not willing to pay the 30 million Manchester United wanted, and you are saying he is worth much more considering what other players went for. So tell me, and you mentioned Conor Gallagher. Is he a better player over Conor Gallagher? Because the honest truth is this: Conor Gallagher and Scott McTominay, they are not in the same category. And that explains why the likes of Aston Villa, Tottenham, Atletico Madrid will be bringing in too much money for this guy. Because they know and believe he's a good player. I wish we have oil money, but Glazers are just screwing you guys over. They are. Now look at this rating for the transfer: 5/10. Scott is 10 million. 30 million. He's not. I disagree with you, man. I disagree with you. He's not. Scott McTominay, he does not want that amount of money. It's not. He's not worth that amount of money. So you cannot tell me that Conor Gallagher is a better player anytime, any day over Scott McTominay. I am sorry, I'm not having it. He's a much more better player. And when I say better player, let's go and check what have they won. Come on, you can't tell me that. He's a better player. Because it's not crazy. Atletico Madrid are not insane to sign him from Chelsea. Aston Villa they were ready to pay 60 million plus a club record fee for him as well. So that tells you where his level is at. Pazza says should have accepted not long left on his contract. Buy two midfielders, so many underrated cheap options. And this is the problem. Like I said, if I was Manchester United, I would have sold Wan Basaka for the 18 million West Ham bidded. I gave him 3 million pounds. Dude, go. You have 15 million pounds to buy more players. What's his name? Scott McTominay. Let him go for 20 million. 20 million, sell him. Then you have 35 million to sign other players. It's just crazy whereby Manchester United wants to just sell player and use that same money to go and buy players. It's crazy. And the next thing now, they will be forced to do a panic buy. You're going to see. Now, I don't like this. Like, how did Manchester United absolutely ripped off when it comes to transfer and especially outgoings? Like, they bought Smith Rowe for 35 fucking million. Who was on the bench most time, and they can't pay 25 million for Scott, who has had good season with United and a regular start for Scotland. This window gone. Now, like what I said now, I just explained something to you. There's what you call the eye test, guys. There's what you call the eye test. You can see a player, he can be on the bench. He can be on the bench, he can be injured, but you know that if this player, if he plays, man, he's a good player. Emmy Smith-Rowe is that kind of a player. The only thing that have denied Emmy Smith-Rowe game time has been injury. But we all know if he's fit and he plays game, I'm sorry, this guy we are talking about, McTominay, is nowhere near Emmy Smith-Rowe. Is nowhere near Emmy Smith-Rowe. And that is the honest truth. Is nowhere near. To you, it might not really make sense why they are spending 35 million for Emmy Smith-Rowe, but they're not willing to pay 25 million for Scott McTominay. It is because they have seen him play. I've seen Scott McTominay play. Aside the fact that Scott McTominay offers you goals, it's bloody rubbish. It's crap. It's crap. Now, this is what Kepa says. He says they really fumbled not accepting 45 million from Moyes last summer. Can't believe West Ham nearly paid 85 million for McTominay and Maguire, but the budget shocked. The biggest shock of all is they rejected it, and it was crazy. I never believed it as well. No, it would have been 75 million because they bidded 30 million. I think they bidded 30 million for Harry Maguire. No, for Scott McTominay, and 45 million for Harry Maguire or thereabout. I was stunned as well when United rejected the deal. And I remember vividly well saying Manchester United are never going to get such a deal anymore. They would not. They would not. They would not. Then that says is not as good as United fans make out. They spent season degrading him, McFred, etc. Now all of a sudden they say he's good. 20 million is a bid out. For me, I think like that's the best deal they can get, man. Honestly, for me, that is the best deal. 20 million. It's a very, very good deal, man. Sorry, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Honestly, it's a good deal, and Manchester United should have accepted that offer. They should, because it's worth that much for me. I think it's worth that much. It is. But moving on, guys, we've seen that what's his name, Fofana, names has been mentioned. You know, and this is coming from Plattenberg. His name has been mentioned, and it says here, Manchester United have made contact with the agent of Yusufa Fofana to explore a potential deal this summer. It was 2 to 3 weeks ago when Manchester United have presented their project and plans. At this stage, they have not yet made a concrete offer to Monaco for the 25-year-old central midfielder. Fofana still have a verbal agreement with AC Milan about a contract until 2028, but no agreement between AC Milan and AS Monaco as yet. So basically, Manchester United are trying to just, would I say, hijack the deal also, get into the conversation for Fofana. For me, I won't lie to you guys. I haven't seen much of him at the Euros. I didn't see much of him because he didn't even play most games. So I guess I just have to just keep quiet and wait to see what happens next. If he ends up getting a move to United, that would be nice. Then I can then judge him from there. Now on to Sean Casemiro. This is coming from a Telegraph, James Dockard. And it says that Manchester United were hoping to sell Casemiro this summer, but there are no takers as it stands. Now, are you surprised? Because I'm not. I am not. Because people basically now believe Saudi Arabia is where you go and dump players clubs don't want anymore. Go to Saudi Arabia and dump them there. But from what I've seen, Saudi Arabia have decided that they are not going to make clubs have that impression of them anymore. Because everybody they want to sell player now they believe we can just sell them off to Saudi Arabia. You know, and it's crazy. Everybody believes we can just sell any player, we can just ship him off. Let's ship them off to Saudi Arabia, of which is not a good thing. It's not. Everybody think, yes, every player we don't want anymore. We'll just cause Saudi Arabia to come and take them. And I think Saudi Arabia have also understand that concept and have decided to like, man, no, fuck it, man. We are not going to be that club anymore. And it's a good thing. It is good. Honestly, it's good. How about like once you have a player that you don't want anymore, all you think about is Saudi Arabia, they'll come and get him. And Saudi Arabia have decided that they're not going to be doing all those rubbish anymore. And I'm happy about it. I'm really happy about it because it makes no sense. You guys also need to respect that league. They need to respect that league. Now, this is what Ndado says. Say, worst player in the history of football. How the hell did we even sign this guy? Absolutely liability for the club. 350k for a retiring player. Now we can't get rid of him. Blame Ten Hag. They have seen how good he is, and now United will stuck with high wage and pay and the player that must play every game because there is no other player that can play his role. OMG. Now, one thing is this, man. Manchester United fan are just men, crybabies, man. Honestly, they are crybabies, and it pains me by I see a player like Casemiro being, talked about in this manner. Honestly, we all saw Casemiro when he was at Real Madrid. We know what it was all about. We all saw Casemiro was all about when he was playing for Real Madrid. Like Real Madrid were begging him not to leave. Like that is how good this guy is. They were begging him not to leave. But it's a shame that just after 2 years that he has been at the club, all of a sudden he's crap. And by the way, this is not the first time this is happening, man. Every player that comes to Man U end up becoming rubbish. The fan base are just some stupid people that they will not take responsibility. Sometimes you need to blame the right person. The person you guys should be blaming here is Eric Ten Hag, because Ten Hag have has set this team up. The way he sets these teams up, he set those players to fail. You leave them exposed. He leaves all these guys exposed. Honestly, Ten Hag should be blamed. Everyone saying Saudi, this retiring means Saudi aren't interested. As expected, some fans were quoting 40 million offer is a must. I must sell him for free. Or I will sell him for free. If there is no suitor for him, now good luck. Getting a fifth on a future. He will most likely write his contract out to the club and leave for free. We are fucked with Casemiro at CDM. We will end up getting Ten Hag will get getting sacked in November. Ten Hag is not good. He's not a good manager. By the way, he says West Ham done. Are you sure? Let me just check. How sure are you? I haven't heard anything breakthrough. Oh, there's nothing on what's his name? There's nothing on Aaron Basaka, man. Nothing on Aaron Basaka. Nothing on Aaron Basaka. I'm not sure. There's nothing about him. Nothing. There's no news on Aaron Basaka. People say France football is dying. I don't understand why people say that. I don't understand as well. They believe the league is a farmers league most, and those are Premiership fans. People that love Premiership more because they believe the Premiership is the best league in the world. So it's always a problem. Chelsea are out of 111 million pounds raised to sign Victor Osimhen. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. They are abandoning it because that guy is not just what. It's not what that money. It's not what that money. And this is coming from the Daily Mail. Coming from the Daily Mail, it says here, Napoli star Chelsea, Victor Osimhen could still find himself in the Premiership, despite Chelsea effectively ended their pursuit of the Nigerian as they press on with a move for Samu Omorodon. Talks between Chelsea and Atletico Madrid are advancing. You can say the deal was done already. It's a done deal, man. So basically, Chelsea are out. They don't want to. They don't want anything to do with Victor Osimhen. And I've been saying it. His money is just too much. It's just too much. And him himself is not even willing or ready to reduce his wages. And that is mad. It's crazy. But moving on, David Nares. David Nares. I don't know if you guys know this guy called David Nares. He's a good player. And this is coming from Fabrizio Romano. And it says here, David Nares, agent in Italy to negotiate with Napoli and trying to advance on both club and player side. Negotiation on the way with Nares keen on the move. waiting for official bid to um, Benfica. He's a good player. I've seen a lot of him. Nares is a solid baller. He's a good player, and I've seen enough of him. So it's going to be very, very difficult. Whatever Victor Osimhen is doing, he should decide whatever he wants to do with his career because it's not looking good, guys. It's honestly not looking good. It's not looking good. And people want to talk crap. It is not looking good at all. So he needs to do the right thing. He needs to do the right thing, man. Because the way the career is going, man, it's not moving in the right direction. Honestly, it's not. And whatever I think he is not it. He must reduce his money, and he must reduce his money. And this is what United is saying. He said, people saying Ten Hag only wants Ajax player, but the late and Mazui are perfect for United. But yet, it makes the point valid. They are Ajax players. They are Ajax players. It's either they are Ajax players or they are players he has managed before. That's what it means. It does means they are Ajax players or they are players he has once managed at a time in his career. Of which that's why it doesn't make any sense to me. Why do you have to just keep doing this crap? All you want is your players. Because if he fails, these are the reasons why you will blame him for. You will blame him that he never went for other players. He just wanted players he has managed. But that would be interesting to see. I guess let me just check if there's anything breaking at this moment in time. Then we'll just report it before I go off air. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano, and it says here that it says Manchester United still have not received any bid from PSG for Jordan Sancho, despite interest. Understands Sancho's future remains open. He could still leave United in the final weeks in case of important proposal. Decision will be up to the club and the manager Ten Hag. Uh, then Mark Godbridge is saying that just remember United are sending Ten Hag into this season with a worse squad than last season. No way the defense is stronger without Varane and Kwambala. Midfield does not have Amrabat and Rasmus is injured. So which means all the players that are there, the players like Sancho, Zexi, Ahmad, you don't rate them. Very, very interesting. Another stupid way of trying to make excuse for the manager. But that would be nice though. That would be nice though. That would be nice though. Moving on, I think that should be the end of this stream, guys. I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Let me just go through what this United said here, and it says here, the lead failed in Juventus and Bayern Munich, but Manchester United will be it will be because Ten Hag know him very well, basically. But what happened then? Because Ten Hag knew Ahmad very well as well. Ten Hag knew Ahmad very well. I'm sorry, knew Antony very well. What happened with Antony? He was unable to do anything with him. I guess I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Thanks for watching, guys, and bye for now. United is red. Before you go, please share this link with your friends. Share the link, share the page with all your friends in Bangladesh. Let them come. Let's build a community together. Share the link with your friends in Bangladesh. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Thanks for watching, guys.